The Legendary Perk System just went live, and there's a lot to acknowledge. Let me help you get familiar with this new feature. Let's do this. Hello everyone, welcome back to another Fallout 76 video. Do you know how the legendary perks work yet? Well, if you do, that's great. If not, I can assure you're about to learn a lot of things. Either way, this video features over 20 facts you probably didn't have a chance to find out yourself yet, including numbers, hidden options, and quick facts you can only know if you tested the system yourself or watched someone who did it already. So without any further delays, let me present you the Legendary Perk System in quick facts. Let's start. First things first, there is a total of 26 legendary perks to choose from right now. This doesn't mean the number won't increase in the future, but for the future launch, Bethesda included only 26. In fact, they removed a few perks that were initially launched with the first version of the system, such as Botany Body and Heavy Duty. To be honest, they did an excellent job at removing such perks because they were rather weak or quite unbalanced while compared to the other legendary perks. So 26 it is for now. Bethesda also added a brand new challenge for the Legendary Perk System. The requirement is level 50 and the reward is 53 perk coins. Now, if you are above level 50 already, the first time you log in after update 22, you will automatically complete this challenge and receive your 50 perk coins. There is no notification for this though, so just check your perks tab and you will find the cozy number at the bottom right corner. This challenge was created to help players who spent a lot of perk points in the past to swap attributes and adjust their builds to get a more fair start and, well, retrieve some of those lost perk points in the past. It is a kind gesture for sure, but it would have been better to add a character reset option. It would have been more fair and balanced for everyone, but oh well, it is what it is. How many legendary perks can you equip? Well, it depends on your level really, but once you reach level 300, then you will unlock all the 6 available legendary slots you can have right now. They unlock at level 50, 75, 100, 150, 200 and 300. It's possible to swap the perks at a cost, of course, but you will never be able to equip more than 6 perks per character and at a single time. That's the rule and there's no way around it, so make sure to choose wisely. Now, legendary perk ranks are much easier to understand than normal perks. They all have the same rules at least. You can always unlock up to 4 ranks for each legendary perk, unlike normal perks, which can range from 1 rank to 5 ranks. Moving on, rank 1 is always free to equip, so that's a plus. Rank 2 only requires 50 perk coins, but the higher you get, the more coins you will need. Rank 3 requires 100 perk coins to unlock, and lastly, rank 4 needs an astonishing 150 coins to get. That's why, again, you should choose your legendary perks carefully, because ranking them up is surely no easy task. What about the rank up total costs? Well, each rank has its own perk coin requirements, as you saw already. This means you need 300 perk coins to fully rank up a single legendary perk, and a total of 1,800 perk coins to fully rank up 6 legendary perks. If you are thinking about maxing out everything, the 26 perks, then you will need 7,800 perk coins. Good luck with that. So yeah, before ranking up a perk, it's probably not a bad idea to test the free rank 1 version first, just to make sure your commitment is not in vain, you know, to make sure the perk does exactly what you thought and or expected from it. Okay, but how do you get perk coins exactly? Well, you need to scrap your normal perk cards by hitting the scrap key. The default is F on PC. Keep in mind that each normal perk rank gives you 2 perk coins. For example, while a rank 3 perk scraps for 6 perk coins, a rank 5 perk scraps for 10 perk coins. In a previous version, Bethesda had normal perk cards scrapping for only 1 coin per rank, and then golden or animated cards would scrap for more. That rule was removed and now the system is simplified: 2 perk coins per normal perk rank, and that's it. It was a great decision from Bethesda's part and it avoids a lot of confusion, so I'm glad they went for it. What if you do a mistake and want to replace a legendary perk, or you just want to try something else? Well, swapping legendary perks is possible and something you will most likely do often. However, it's not free like it happens with the normal perk cards. It costs 1 perk coin every time you unequip a legendary perk. Sure, 1 perk coin is very little, but if you think about it on the long run, it's actually a lot of coins, especially if you find a lot of these new perks useful and will swap them depending on what you are doing. Just pointing the obvious in my view. So watch out, don't unequip and change perks that much, otherwise you are going to lose dozens if not hundreds of perk coins over time. Okay, let's say you ranked up a perk and you find out it's not as useful as you imagine. It's alright, no worries there. You can just use 1 perk coin to remove it from your slot and the rank will remain as it is. You do not lose any legendary perk ranks with this new system. It works just like the normal perks in this regard, so don't you worry about losing any progress whenever you decide to unequip a legendary perk. It's totally safe, trust me. Something else I noticed about legendary perks is that you are not able to share them unlike normal perks. It doesn't matter how high your charisma is, the option is just not there. I'm not sure if this is intentional or if Bethesda actually forgot about this detail, but for the time being, you are not able to share these legendary perks with anyone, and that's a shame because I feel like most veteran players would be sharing these new perks if they could. There's a lot of value going into waste right now. Special legendary perks are one of the latest additions to the system. There are 7 special perks, 1 for each attribute as obvious. They will give you 1 attribute and 1 perk slot for the attribute you end up choosing, but there is a harsh limitation you should be aware of. If you have your attribute maxed out already and you try to boost it even further, you will lose half of the perk's value. How comes? Well, that's because the perk slots cap at 15. So let's say you have 15 strength already. If you equip the strength perk, you will still get the extra strength point in the attributes tab, but you lose the extra strength perk slot. You cannot get any perk slots past 15, even with new special legendary perks. So keep that in mind. The Charisma special perk might have its benefits, but sadly, boosting it further using this legendary perk will not extend your sharing options. Some players claim this is a perk bug, others say this is actually intentional. I'm not sure about the reason behind it, but one thing is for sure, if you want to boost your charisma so you can share higher normal perks with your friends or teammates, forget about it. That's not going to happen, at least for the time being. Alright, some perks do have a notification when they trigger, however, most legendary perks have no alert or notification of any sort. There's nothing to inform you when the perk is triggering or going active for a moment. This doesn't mean the perk is bugged or not working, it just means there is no alert, really. I know this can be confusing for some perks like the follow through with ranged sneak damage. I actually thought this one was not working on the PTS, but it is. So if you are not sure if a certain perk is working, just do a quick test and pay attention to what it's supposed to do. The new perks have passives like most of the normal perks, they just work on the background. So far, every new perk is working fairly well, and there is no report of any legendary perk not working, just to let you know. What about cooldowns? Well, that's a great question, but let me simplify it for you. There are a few exceptions, of course. Blood Sacrifice, for example, does have a cooldown, but the majority of the new perks do not have a cooldown of any sorts. In fact, they are based on a chance to trigger, so that kind of works like a cooldown on its own way already. In general, maxed legendary perks have a 20 to 40% chance to trigger, so there is no need to add a cooldown when it's already so difficult to benefit from such endgame perks, right? The Legendary Perk System is giving you the chance to use more normal perk slots to do as you please. For example, by equipping the Master Infiltrator, you can save 6 normal perk slots, 3 in Perception for lockpicking and 3 in Intelligence for hacking. Now, you can just equip other perks or adjust your attributes as you see fit. The special legendary perks are also increasing the amount of normal perk slots you can have. So in the end, you can equip way more normal perks with the Legendary Perk System than before, and that's a great thing. Don't you think? In general, players can restore or unlock more damage with legendary perks. There is plenty of opportunity to inflict extra damage by using different perks, such as Follow Through to increase a ranged sneak damage, or the Taking One for the Team perk, which increases your target damage whenever you get hit first while part of a team. The Far-Flung Fireworks is also a great choice for crowd control by doing area damage with ranged attacks. And well, special perks can boost your performance in any fight. There is a lot you can go for with the legendary perks if you just want to go for damage and kill enemies faster. Well, player damage might be inferior with update 22, but legendary perks can restore some of that lost damage. For melee builds, this is very noticeable since there are several new perks which can drastically increase your melee damage and even stack with each other. Hack and Slash is one of the best melee perks with up to 50% chance to do area damage with VATS melee attacks. There's also collateral damage with up to 20% chance to make enemies explode when killed with a melee hit, which helps to damage or even kill other nearby enemies. Unarmed builds can also do extra damage with the Exploding Palm perk, which gives you up to 20% chance to trigger an explosion with unarmed hits, of course. So every little bit counts right now, and you should definitely take advantage of these perks if you are using melee. It can become much stronger. In the new world of the One Wasteland, you are going to need way more bullets than before, but fear not. With the new Ammo Factory perk, you can create up to 150 more ammo per craft. Now, that's a lot of extra bullets, alright? Plus, it saves you from farming a lot of materials too. Keep in mind these legendary perk stacks with the Ammo Smith and the Super Duper as well. So if you often craft ammo, this perk can definitely help you in different ways. You can basically craft way more ammo using the same exact amount of materials. That's amazing, no? There are 2 brand new cams in-game, both generated by different legendary perks. First, we have the Survival Shortcut, which generates the Survival Syringer, a very unique 8 item filled with value. It can cure 1 disease per use, and it restores your entire hunger and thirst bars. That means you hardly have to craft any food or collect water anymore if you don't care about food benefits. Plus, you no longer have to buy antibiotics or farm disease cures. There is also the Brawling Chemist perk, which generates a super chem for melee players mostly. It boosts your melee damage by 20% while giving you +1 strength and 25 damage resistance for 5 minutes. It's a solid buff for sure, but not very useful for ranged builds, sadly. Now, you surely saw the auto-unlock feature from the Master Infiltrator perk, right? But what you probably don't know yet is that this perk works on player containers as well. So be very careful with this perk because you can easily become wanted with just one single mistake. If your perk is below the lock skill, then the lockpicking interface will pop up first. But if you have enough skill to unlock it, then you will auto-unlock the container and instantly become wanted. Not that containers now show the steal from message, but as obviously you don't become wanted by stealing stuff from random locked containers in the world, only from player ones. At fact 15, I mentioned you can unlock extra damage for basically any build. Well, with the Legendary Perk System, you can now have a better control over wave spawn events and activities, such as the new daily ops. The new explosion and area damage perks make it extremely easy and convenient to kill multiple enemies at once. This means you need to use less hits, less ammo, and less time to kill enemies than before update 22 went live. Isn't it beautiful when you kill one enemy and two more follow that? That's surely satisfying. With the new defense perks, it is extremely easy to tank fire and poison damage. Sizzling Fire and Funky Dudes are incredibly strong perks, and they give you the necessary tools to easily fight elemental enemies. Don't forget you need a full set of matching armor to enable their passives. Actually, it works inside of power armor too, unlike some players think. Just make sure all your pieces are from the same exact set. It's quite curious what 50 poison or fire damage resist can do. My perks were only rank 1 when I tested them, and the difference is abysmal, while compared with no defense at all. You can actually tank in normal armor, and that's insane. Alright, what rads can unlock over 100 extra radiation defense while healing your rads over time? That's pretty nice. However, this perk doesn't make you immune to rads, not even close. I did a quick test using my Secret Service full set, and 100 extra radiation defense doesn't do much. I receive 15 rads per second while inside the nuked area, with rank 3 of what rads, which is pretty decent. I can survive without a hazmat suit or power armor for over 1 minute, but when I remove the perk, I take 17 rads per second, so the difference is not that much, as you can see. So yeah, radiation immunity in normal armor is still yet to come. Patience is a virtue in this case. Lastly, some new perks are just not worth the trouble. Really, there are a lot of strong and useful perks, but I'm not going to lie to you, not all 26 are amazing and worth of ranking up. In fact, some of them are hardly even worth using. Of course, it all depends on your build and play style. For example, power armor perks are a really bad choice for me because I simply do not use power armor at all. But there are some perks that are bad and can hardly benefit anyone regardless of the build or occasion, such as blood sacrifice and even detonation contagion. I mean, giving some defense and HP regen for dying is quite worthless, plus it has a cooldown. Moreover, getting a slight chance to make enemies explode after exploding them with thrown explosives is a waste of a legendary slot in my view. There are far better perks to go for even if you use thrown explosives a lot. So yeah, some perks are definitely not worth your time. That's everything I have for you regarding legendary perks, for now at least. I tried my best to mix basic knowledge with advanced facts, so everyone has a chance to learn something new. Well, thank you for watching. I am Marta Branco, and I am working on another video with the best legendary perks, the ones with the most value and versatility so far, which you may want to check when it's live, by the way. Now, if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. You can support me even further if you want by checking the the links below as well. Now, I will see you all very soon in the next one. Until then, take care, adeus, bye bye!